I just stepped out on the back patio and it's somewhat mild. Looked at the thermometer and sure enough, we're sitting around 68 degrees in Fort Smith, 68 also the temperature reading in Bentonville. We'll drop into the low 50s overnight. Tonight, look at this photo I got earlier today. This was from Juan Garcia taken at Lake Atlanta there in Rogers. A bald eagle, beautiful sight out there. I love showing your photos here on air. You can get those to me via text message or find me on Facebook. Always happy to share what you're seeing out there. In terms of what we're seeing on radar, nada. It's been pretty quiet out there, which is some good news for us. There's a thing in the atmosphere called a cap or a lid, and sometimes that can suppress thunderstorm development. If that cap or that lid breaks, as what we're seeing right now in parts of south and central Arkansas, that's when you get those thunderstorms to develop. So not entirely ready to sound the all clear. I think there's probably a couple more hours to go, let's say around midnight or so, in which we could see some showers and some thunderstorms develop. If they are to develop, there's a low chance that one or two of them could pulse up and become severe. Nothing's changed. Storm Prediction Center gave us this new update an hour or so ago, still highlighting that level 2 potential largely in the River Valley. Our Futurecast model shows, yeah, there could be one, could be two, not much in the way of coverage, most of it staying dry, and that exiting our neck of the woods pretty quickly. You can see it does tap into some better environment just off to our east. This is around 1 o'clock in the morning. Thankfully, not going to be a concern for us. Tomorrow, likely a wonderful day. Let's fast forward to Friday. That's been that day we've got the second potential for some severe storms. As we've talked about the last several days, things have slowly been pushing and further off towards the east, and that's the case tonight. We do have a level 1 potential from Carroll through parts of Madison, Johnson, and Logan counties. We're going to wake up tomorrow morning. This map will be updated by the Storm Prediction Center out of Norman, and I'm not at all going to be surprised if it's not shifted a little bit further off towards the east. Now, if the weather data overnight shifts it back towards the west, they'll make an update reflecting that. Key takeaway is the better ingredients for more widespread and severe storms is going to be in parts of central and eastern Arkansas. It's all part of this area of low pressure that is going to be pretty strong, and it's going to bring some very gusty winds to the area. You remember last Wednesday, it got really windy out there. This very similar, if not maybe even a bit windier. This is going to be 10 o'clock Friday morning. 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts going to be common all across the area, and that continues into the afternoon and evening hours. Winds out of the southwest initially, eventually transitioning out to the northwest. They did issue a high wind watch for Washington and Benton County. That's where the potential to get up closer to 60 miles per hour exists. We'll see if that has to be adjusted or changed. In addition to the high winds, we've also got really low humidity. Vegetation's generally pretty dry, so they've gone ahead and issued a fire weather watch for most of the viewing area. This is a precursor to a red flag warning. Now, this is for Friday, right? Burning's just not a good idea, and I suspect it'll be upgraded to a red flag warning. Let's talk briefly about that lunar eclipse. It starts tomorrow night, 10:57. Things get going. The magic moment that's most anticipated, where the moon's likely going to turn to a dark red, orange hue, 1:58 in the morning. I'll tell you, there might be a couple of clouds around, especially in the River Valley. So I don't think it's perfect viewing conditions, but I don't think it's bad necessarily, if that makes sense. Sunny and 81 tomorrow. We'll watch for a few thunderstorms on Friday. That chance about 30%. Those would be in the afternoon and evening hours. We'll watch for the potential that a couple might try to pulse up and become strong to severe, but I'll tell you, as long as we can get those to develop even just 10, 15 miles off towards the east, we might be in okay shape. As those northwest winds kick in, it's going to get a little bit cooler out there Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures down into the 60s. Not bad though, right? It's a really good weekend to make outdoor plans. Warming back up into the 70s, even some 80s early next week. All in all, a very spring-like forecast.
All right, Scott, thanks.